everybody, Stephanie here with the Machine Gun Nest, and today we have a really cool guest with us. His name is Jordan Roberts, and he's here from a wonderful organization called Untrafficked. Thanks for coming today.
Thanks for having me. Yes, I am Jordan. I am the COO of Untrafficked. And you know, a little bit about Untrafficked, if you're not aware of the name, we are an organization that is mobilizing America, educating the households to combat child sex trafficking. That's our main sole purpose of existing.
And as a parent, that's something that's really important to me and kind of scary, honestly. So how does Untrafficked work? We know that there are a lot of different organizations in this space. Could you share with us how you guys function, how you guys are accomplishing that mission, and what makes you different?
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, first and foremost, yes, there are a lot of organizations who are doing a lot of good things with counter child sex trafficking, counter human trafficking, physically kicking in doors overseas. You know, our approach here in the U.S. is more holistic. So it is very hard to do those, how do you say, I guess, door kicking operations in the U.S. You have to run things through the FBI and law enforcement. So where we come in is first and foremost education. You know, educating the household, the parents and the children, how to prevent grooming is our biggest push. That's actually our main pillar of Untrafficked. Second is, you know, there are people who are being trafficked. You know, they're being sold for sex. So we do have an intel branch where their main purpose is to gather information, gather data. And what their main goal is to hand these dossiers, if you will, or intelligence reports over to law enforcement. And it's such a complete bundle of information that they're obligated to act on it. You know, so far we have a young lady who was rescued about 300 something miles out from her original location in Texas. It was only about three and a half hours from the time she got taken, where we stepped in, got this information consolidated, handed over to law enforcement. They began tracking the person and they rescued her, like I said, in about 3.5 hours, which is quick. We have not been told that someone has done it quicker, given the dynamics of that situation. So yeah, we're making moves, trying to get kids taken care of, getting them into a safe house, getting them into follow-on care. These are very hurt children, but not just rescuing them, but actually paving a path for a brighter future, giving them hope.
Wow. So where is your area of operation? Do you guys work nationwide?
So far, yes. Now, we can operate anywhere. We have a few locations where we have operated, but we have inquiries from all over.
Wow. So I guess to summarize, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you receive a phone call or a lead about a child who might be missing, and then through your networks of intelligence, you form this dossier, take that to law enforcement, and then they are then compelled to act on it. Is that correct?
That's about the gist of it. I mean, you made it sound a lot more simple than it is, but it is quite simple. We get the information to the right people at the right time. Which is something that we do differently. So not only are we rescuing these children physically through law enforcement and other means, but like I said, our main focus is to stop it where it starts, which is the household. You can send people all day, every day until we don't exist, kicking in doors and rescuing children. It is that bad. There are a lot of children out there. But once you stop the source, which is the household, the parents, you've cut the head off the snake, so to speak.
So when you say the household, what is prevalent amongst our culture that parents might be doing or not doing that is putting our children in danger?
Good question. It's mostly what we don't realize. Most children have easy access to the internet. That's really where it's mostly beginning. Online gaming, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You know, you have children. We had a young lady who was posting her exact location. You know, she had 50-something thousand followers on TikTok. You know, she was sending updates with her location. She had a stalker follower from her hometown in it was 400 miles north of Texas. She went down to Texas. This person followed her based off of her TikToks and her location tags. And parents don't realize, and her mom was with her, by the way, the whole time. people don't realize their children are just putting their information out there. It's not so much as what are these people taking through the internet from your children, it's what are your children openly giving to the world to see and feed off of. That's usually where the biggest problem is lack of education about the information our children are just freely giving away.
That's really scary to think about. I often imagine it as a child having unfettered access to the internet is almost worse than just dropping them off in a city center somewhere and saying, oh, well, I'll see you in a few hours, let me know what you encounter. I feel like the things that they would encounter would be just beyond age appropriate, and that's very scary as a parent to think about.
Yeah, you drop them off in a city center, at least there's someone else's eyes on them. You give them access to your phone, which I'm guilty of that. I've given my kid my phone to play an app on or whatever. But as they grow, they're very as they grow, they're like sponges. They know how to access things online. They know things that I don't at this point. My son's 5, so it's really So it's more about doing due diligence as the parent to make sure you know what's coming into your household and you know what's exiting your household.
That's a great way to put that. And something for me that resonates with me, as a concealed carry permit holder, and I know many of you watching are, and you have a firearm in your home, maybe you get to carry a firearm around. We do that to protect ourselves and to protect our families. And it seems like this is an entire other avenue that many of us are blind to, and we're opening ourselves and our children to just immense risk by lacking to protect our families in this area. Absolutely, and the responsible armed citizen and the pro-Second Amendment folks are usually the most, from what I can tell, are the most caring, the most passionate about protection. You bought a firearm to protect yourselves and your loved ones, so it's only natural that something like the Machine Gun Nest and Untrafficked go to battle together and Untraffick America. We're really excited to announce that the Machine Gun Nest and Untrafficked have formed a partnership because what we're doing really, really aligns. So Jordan, tell us a little bit about an upcoming event, about how you guys can come out and tangibly support Untrafficked's efforts. Yeah, so thanks for letting us have this event here. What we're going to be doing is we're going to have a fundraising event. There's going to be some really awesome firearms that we're going to be raffling off. We'll show you guys those later. But the main purpose of this event is to A, spread awareness, B, show up to our community. Untrafficking doesn't just start from the household, it starts from the community. So we wanted to make sure that we get in there where it matters. Also, during this event, I, as well as another member of the Untrafficked team, will be hosting some live training, mostly based around situational awareness and a little bit of some tools to help you untraffic your home in the meantime. And part of being a responsible armed citizen is knowing when and when not to use your firearm. And a lot of this is the homework we do up front, the way we prepare ourselves day to day. And this is going to be one of those key pillars in your lifestyle that kind of rounds you out as the responsible armed citizen. So what we're looking to do is educate, especially people who are armed, on what to look for in their household when you're out there with your own children, because the firearm does not make you safe. It is a viable tool, but there's a lot of work up to this. So we want to make sure that we can arm the responsible armed citizen with good knowledge. You've heard it said before, you win the fight that you don't get into. Michael Scott, Jordan Roberts. I'm just kidding. I love that you brought up situational awareness there. So much of, like Jordan said, of being a responsible gun owner is being aware of your surroundings. And I feel like that it would make all of us better, more responsible gun owners to shore ourselves up in this area and hopefully eliminate this danger before it starts. So Jordan, thank you so much for coming. We look forward to having him back on. We're going to be releasing more videos as we get closer to the event. If you're interested at all, if you're a parent, if you have nieces, nephews, anybody in your life, we really encourage you to hop onto their website, learn how you can participate in this training, and we look forward to seeing you at the event.